Let me tell y'all right now, I swear I love what I do, because I get to experience things like this Road Glide ST right here. This bike got way too many parts for me to remember mentally on it, but I'm gonna go over it with you. This is a 2023 Road Glide ST that's been upgraded seriously.
Infinit Ryda. Infinit Ryda.
All right, so real quick, some of the things I know for a fact that's been done to this bike is it has the 131 stage 4 kit on it. This was actually built up from the 117 motor. It has a high flow air filter, which the stock one kind of comes with a high flow air filter as well. It has these MX style Harley-Davidson floorboards, as well as the brake and the shifter on this side has been done as well. You've got the Saddleman seat, so that way you got way more lumbar support and comfort right there. You've got Kraus risers and bars put on here, as well as some aftermarket Harley-Davidson grips. It's got the Bassani 2-in-1 exhaust. That's the stainless, so of course you know it's going to end up with that beautiful color once it's been heated up. You also got the side skirts and the lower spoiler put on here as well. It's got custom dynamic turn signals. It sounds insane. It's got Legend suspension, which you can see kind of right down in there is the Legend suspension. It's got the Screaming Eagle tuner on here. These are called like the 80 grit floorboards. I know because I kind of looked. I got a cheat sheet right here. It is what it is. But this bike is done right. You know, some people do their bikes where it's almost like overkill, where in my opinion, it takes away from the ability to ride the motorcycle. But those are considered show bikes, and that's what they're designed for. They're designed for show. This was built to be for performance, and that's what it's built for. You got a 131 motor, you got the 2-in-1 exhaust, you got the Saddleman seat, you got the risers and the bars, you got everything on this bike was designed for this to be a true performance bagger. For somebody, it ain't for me, I can't afford it, but it's definitely for somebody. I'm about to head back to the dealership. This isn't gonna be my typical ride because I promised Greg I wouldn't get crazy on this bike because it's still in the break-in period. If you're wondering who Greg is in Speedway Harley-Davidson's parts department. He ordered all the parts and got everything set up for this motorcycle. So I try to keep my promises. Therefore, I'm not gonna get stupid on the bike. But I've ridden a 131 before, so I know what this baby can do, and I did experience it a little bit in the parking lot earlier before he told me he'd like me to not get ridiculous on it. No need to wait, let's just go. Woo! This thing has hella torque. This Saddleman seat definitely getting me locked in, baby. Y'all know I love Saddleman. What up? The homies ain't even say what's up. I guess they ain't see me. But yeah, the ride and the feel of this bike just makes you want to ride it fast. It just feels performance oriented, but it also feels extremely comfortable. I will say that. Like, this is something that's performance and comfort. The bar height is just right. It's a little bit lower than my shoulders. Typically I like my handlebars maybe like an inch higher, but this can work. I love the Kraus handlebars or the Kraus risers, and then you get to pick your own type of bar setup, so that's kind of cool. Because when you get just risers, you can change these out just by loosening them 8 bolts and put different ones on if you want a different feel for them or adjust them. Versus on my Lucky Days bars, they're solid straight up. I can't adjust them at all. The bike feels a lot different than your typical Road Glide ST too. I think it has to do with the suspension. It feels firm but still luxurious. Like, I don't feel any of these bumps whatsoever. Going over the bumps and things like that, I'm not feeling it in the road at all. So that's always a pro. I'm also getting quite a bit of wind protection because of the Road Glide fairing, which is one of my favorite fairings out of all baggers. It has that aggressive shark nose look to it. It's stationary, so it's not attached to my bars. So that way, even though it's not necessarily more nimble, it feels more nimble in the mind because I'm not moving a fairing around. I'm just moving my handlebars and my forks. The exhaust on this bike is solid. This Bassani sounds amazing. It sounds really good. It has that stainless look that I love, especially once it's gone through a few heat cycles and it starts to change colors. I mean, this bike has it all. And I'm blessed enough to be out here on it. This bike is expensive too. It's pricey, I'm not gonna lie. I just actually picked up some MX style pegs for my Sporty, which that's stupid to even be comparing or talking about my Sportster while I'm on this amazing Road Glide ST. But I did, I picked up some MX pegs for that. Haven't put them on yet, but I have a feeling I'm gonna love them because I do like these MX floorboards. They feel, even though there's no rubber on them, they feel like grippy, and it's probably because of how they're designed. Like, my feet lock in on them. Like, they are locked. I have to lift my foot up to slide my foot around any, which is pretty cool. And I love the feel of the brake pedal. Oh, this baby is a torque monster. Look at that. Do y'all see it jerking? Watch. All right. And I'm in 4th gear. 2,000 RPMs, 4th gear. Watch this. Like, it wants to take off. It's like the bike is growling.